Just on the other side of this blue fence here behind me is where former President Donald Trump gave his remarks on how Biden has, quote, failed the people of Wisconsin. This may look like an everyday plastic bag for shopping, but an organization in the city found a way to give it a new purpose. The body camera footage of the incident was recently released. Now, social justice advocates are calling for reform on traffic stops. Algunos lugares son conocidos para sus dulces de leche o sus gustos varios o distintos, pero aquí tú eres conocida para su super helado. Entonces, ¿cómo empezó? Volunteers said they like to keep a spare mattress in the car, so they always have one ready to hand out. A new tent encampment on campus is causing a divide between pro-Palestinian demonstrators and members of the Jewish community. Now, officials at the university say they're looking to intervene. And while today was the first day of service here at the Peterson Ridge Station, officials say there will be a ribbon-cutting ceremony later next month. And if you didn't make it out here on opening day, no worries. Vendors will be here weekly until October 24th. Despite financial obstacles that slowed down the completion of this stop, a Metro spokesperson told me they're happy to finally open it up to the community. Disney Plus reports its first quarterly profit since the streaming service launched in 2019.
So what about you? Anyone giving you flowers tomorrow, Hailey?
You know, I'll give myself some flowers.
There you go. That's the way
I think that's the way to go. It's patio season in Chicago, and warmer weather means more people will be outside drinking. But soon, bars and clubs in the First Ward could have a new curfew for distributing alcohol.
Which, from a business standpoint, is good for me because at least we still have our licensing.
But some bars in the area are open until 4 and 5 a.m., requiring them to have a secondary license to sell alcohol past that 2 a.m. cutoff, a license that First Ward Alderman Daniel Espada wants to ban in his neighborhoods.
But I would argue, and our residents argued, that we have a sufficient number of late-hour establishments currently.
One of these late-hour establishments being Nick's Beer Garden in Wicker Park. They've been serving the community since 1977 and are one of the last remaining historic bars on Milwaukee Avenue. General Manager Tiffany Witkowski says to this day, they profit from selling liquor until 4 a.m.
So when all the other bars close at 2 a.m., everybody comes here to kind of drink, which is good because then we've built a lot of relationships with all the other businesses in the neighborhood, and we all help and support each other and however we can.
As of now, there are 8 venues that have these secondary licenses. In a committee meeting earlier this month, Alder Espada said he doesn't want to issue any additional late-hour licenses due to noise complaints and safety concerns.
I think a lot of people coming from other neighborhoods kind of coming in here and bringing violence. And
if the legislation is passed, businesses can't obtain the secondary license moving forward. However, places that already have one will remain unaffected. The City Council will cast their vote for or against this ordinance on May 22nd. From Wicker Park, Hailey Samples, Chicago This Week.
When you don't have much, share what you can, and when you have more, give more.
A philosophy that sisters Patricia and Sean Duck have used to create a community that gives back.
You know what I mean?
Based out of the south suburbs, Bags and Mats for Those in Need meets every Wednesday. They craft mattress pads out of plastic bags for the homeless.
All you do is loop it around, keep looping, and you come back the same way. And then when you pull it through, it locks it in, and that's how you get the weave.
The sisters grew up in the housing projects of South Deering with 6 siblings. They say that their late mother set an example of how to be selfless.
One time I saw her take a pair of shoes off her feet to give to a woman who was living on the street that had no shoes nor socks.
It all started with their comfort bags, a care package full of snacks and toiletries for those in need. But Sean got the idea for the mats when picking up donation materials from a neighbor.
She said, oh, by the way, this is for your comfort bags, but are you familiar with sleeping bags for the homeless? And I had never heard of it.
But now they've made it into their own. It takes nearly 12 hours of looming and 700 plastic bags to create one mattress.
Probably made and delivered over 200.
A need that affects more than 68,000 Chicagoans faced with homelessness. Volunteers said they like to keep a spare mattress in the car, so they always have one ready to hand out.
I saw a homeless man the other day in Munster, Indiana, and I was so mad my mat wasn't finished because I would have stopped and given it to him.
While they enjoy making a positive impact on people's lives, volunteers say it goes both ways.
I feel as if I'm receiving way more than I give, so it's been a blessing.
The Duck sisters say they hope to see other people throughout the country start a BAM organization for their community. From Hedgewich, Hailey Samples, Chicago This Week. Chicago's longest-running farmers market is now open for business.
A farmers market softens the city.
The Chicago Farmers Market celebrated 45 years in Daley Plaza on May 23rd.
As you can see, we've got some beautiful weather. All of our vendors are out here ready to sell. They're seasoned vendors. They've been coming here, 20, 30 plus years.
The market featured items from fresh flowers to fresh squeezed lemonade. But Daniel Disterhef has sold produce at this market for 25 years.
We've got some fresh asparagus, apples, we've got fresh rhubarb.
His family-owned farm is based in Michigan, about 2 hours outside of the city. But he says it's the community that keeps him coming back year after year.
We love the people of Chicago and serving them. Every year is a little bit different, but everyone loves our peaches, and we love the smiles that the peaches bring on people's faces.
Another long-term vendor that loves serving the community is the Misericordia Hearts and Flower Bakery.
And it's really about the people. One reason I do it is I just like meeting these people and talking to them.
They sell baked goods like cookies and bread made by those with intellectual disabilities.
Hi, would you like a sample?
We brought down about 1,800 items. Yeah, big.
The booth is 100% operated by volunteers and has been for the last 18 years.
You see many of the same people year after year. They tell you their life stories, and we become friends.
Some products even sold out within a few hours of opening. And if you didn't make it out here on opening day, no worries. Vendors will be here weekly until October 24th. From the Loop, Hailey Samples, Chicago This Week.